Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for the 30th of the September. So this particular stock here, from the top here, I'm not worried about this little spike that's come into play here because I can see a really nice five-wave structure within this space here. So if we've got five waves here, then we should be looking at an A and a B and a C wave back up here for this in five waves up here, and then we should see another move down from that point as wave C, and then we can move up from there. So not a lot to see for this particular stock, so let's move on to the next. So Compugen here, and a bit of an unusual count, but it kind of works in 1 and 2 and 3 here, and because wave 2 is simple and sharp, wave 4 is complex. I can see that we've got overlapping wave structures in here, so it does present quite nicely the way that I've got it here as this, and then a nice trend to the upside here. What we've got to figure out now is the corrective process here. The move down through here appears to be in 3 waves. That's kind of helpful. That means that we could go an A, B, C here, and then we could go up for 1, back for 2, up for 3, 4, 5, or we could play it in more of a correction as a wave here, B wave here, and a C wave here. So as a C wave here, we'd still need to see one more move down and then a move up from there. So that's what I'm sort of thinking at this point. So we can just move straight up from here, or we need to have this down here. The thing here is, though, we do this is corrective, okay? That's in 3 waves. So that means at some point that high is going to be taken out. That's the good news. So all we need to do is figure out this here. So let's just go in and take a closer look. So it's quite clear that we've got a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then the move down through here. Now this could be labeled up here as a B wave in terms of an A and a B and then 5 waves being in here. Or I could probably just forget about that and put just work 5 waves up here for that. Then this would be an A and a B and a C here. It has dropped rather low, but it hasn't taken out the low here, so that's sort of okay. So if it found a nice, because if this was going to go further down, then it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down here, follow this path down here. But if it gets support on this level here, which is a medium level here, the 1650, halfway between 10 and 20, 13 and 20, 2 major levels, and the 15 of course is halfway between 10 and 20. We need to see here the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then an ABC pattern here, and then a move up from that point. Otherwise we're going to be watching this move down, probably not that low anyway. It'll just come down to the 15, really, down to the 15 here, and then up from that point. So we just got to get out of that, and then the same thing would happen here. So we'll get a classic trading levels pattern. So eventually we'll get it here. It's just a matter of when. So I've got this up here, and that means that we can bring it down further. I'll just put it on this high here, but you can bring it down to the next high as well. And in fact, that's what you should do. So this needs to be worked. That's what this is involved here. There's only a couple of things that are clear here, and that is this 3-wave move here. So that can be 1 and 2 here. But we want to get, because if that was 1, 2, 3, 4, that's about the 38.2% retracement level. So it can fail from that point, have one more move down. And I mean, it'd be great if it moved below the 15, then do the same thing here as on the 15, and then work it back up that way. But that high will be taken out at that point. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Salesforce. We all know Salesforce. Even if you don't use, I don't use them, but they're definitely the sales force in their space. Yeah, a bit of a tricky trend to work out, but breaking it down and making it simple is really using the medium level here, 250, which is obviously halfway between 2 and 3 here, That would have made a nice trade off the top here. That would have been a trade, but it was before us, so we missed that. So yeah, so we're looking, this has developed a little bit further now, so we can bring this wave 4 in on this low here, and we can look for a move. We just trade to the next level, so we'll put it there. It can go above that or below that, that's cool. So we'll just check this on the 4-hour chart. So what we're looking for here, I'll just go over this a bit. Let's just open this up here and spend a little bit of time here with this. So the thing here is we've got a nice sharp move down here for wave A. Wave B is rather small, so I'll sort of scratch my head about that a bit, but then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for wave C of 4 here. So we can call the low in and we can buy on the low. It's not like a big deal, but we always like to wait for the first impulse wave to the upside. And if you know the NASI and the S&P at the moment, we know that you should know that we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that's what we're looking for here. This will be a little sideways wave 4 here, so we should see a pop in here. And then we'll look for an ABC pattern, probably making it larger than it is, and then to the upside. So we should be able to bring that down onto the second high here, okay? But this is a pretty good trade, I imagine. The problem spot, if we're wrong here, and the only way I'd be wrong really is that all of this could be the A wave here, then we come up for the B wave, and then we come down for the C wave here. But we shouldn't really come much further lower than this. And the reason for that is because we've got 3 waves here. So it would be part of a flat family correction, so a regular flat. But just to let you know, this is something that we're working through with the S&P as well. So at some point it'll become clear. The resistance is going to be just here. It's good to know that because you don't want to be adding right in front of the 61.8%. That's just sort of a bit time consuming. Also in here as well, which is good, we've got 200, 300, the 250 is the medium level, and then in here we've got 65. You can put that in better than me. 65, 72. Not quite there, but we'll just add a bit of color to this and make that a bit more accurate there, because we use the 72 a lot. So if this market finds support on the 65, then you can look to add on the 72, and we can just continue to trade to the upside. You can also add on top of 80, but it will obviously vibrate in that space at that particular point in time. Okay, that's good. Okay, so moving on. Crispr, geno editing. A nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 here, and 3 ABC for 4, or maybe even over to here for this. It doesn't really matter. It still leaves us wave 3 or 5 of 3 there. This move down through here is in 3 waves. So we can put wave 4 in on this low here. Wave 4 may get a little bit uglier. Let's go in and check it out. But at some point, we're going to see this move up here. So if I just clear this here, we could go straight up from here into wave 5. This is what we're trying to figure out with the S&P and the NASI and all the rest of it. Because it's in 3 waves here, that means we could have an A and a B and a C wave coming back into this level here roughly, and then having 5 waves down here for wave C, and then moving up from that point. That's what I don't know. Either that or we go straight up from this point here. I just don't know. Let's just check it out on the 4-hour chart. You can see here, this has all got overlapping wave structures here. I can see that it wants to count as 5 waves, but it's just like walking on water or something. It's just not getting traction and lifting at that point. So I think one of the ways around this is let's just wait for 90 to become the tested support. Obviously that's the resistance here, and what we need to see is a move up. I don't know if this is going to happen, but if it does, we just want that first high above the level as the reference point, and then we can go long from that point. Normally we'd take the money at 100, but we'll probably take a percentage there, and I'll just put that in there just to stay on point. Because we should be going above this here, you know, as the fifth wave here. But to take some money off the table is not such a bad idea for a couple of reasons. We can push this, just keep this out of the way for the moment. If that's triggered, then that can come in under the last low here. So let's just see if we get 5 waves up through here, because, you know, this can still be, as I meant, I better fill this in here. So have I got any over here? No. Could be the A wave there, it can be the B wave there, and the C wave down here for that. And this can be some sort of A and B in here and a C wave here. The C wave will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So that first high above the level is really important. So you have to really wait for that. You can take a risk and get in now and leave the stop under this level here. You can do all those sort of things. But because the analysis based on this unfortunate looking wave structure here is yeah, a little bit sad and soggy, so we'll leave that out of the way. Okay, let's move on. And Crowdstrike, so we've got this in the same vein as well here. Now the move down through here can be wave 4, but the move up here, as you can see, is also in 3 waves here. So it can just drop from here, or it can just move up. It can drop from here, or it can move up from here. That's the bottom line. I don't know, but what we can do is we can go long above this high here, because we could view this as an A and a B and a C wave here. But even so, going forward, going long before a level is not really the done thing. And if this was going to move up, would probably come up into group 2 here. So 65 here would be the target that would look for first in this space. Let's just check it out on the 4-hour chart. See, I can count this here in different ways. Here it's a little bit dodgy here, but it still leaves me an A and a B and a C wave to this point, or up for 1 and back for 2 and up for 1 here and back 2. But taking this top out or this top out, that would put us in, that would take us to the upside at that point. But obviously if it hits here, it's just going to come back again, you know, and have something here before it goes up again. So you'll need to carry that heat on that. Otherwise we need to look at this here as an A and a B wave here, and 5 waves down for the C wave here. It does look a bit impulsive over here as well, down for 1 and back for 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Let me just check that out a bit. Can we get onto the hourly chart and check that out? Yeah, you can see it here a bit clearer as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So because we've got 5 waves over here, oh no, yeah, no. I mean, that spike there bothers me a lot, because yes, it could be real, probably real, but the thing is that it's just here, and it's went straight here. We've got lots of trade open and closes and things like that, and then it's just here by itself. So, you know, that might be the top there, and then a 4th wave and a 5th wave here now looking at that, and then that would leave that in 3 waves here. So yes, it can climb to the upside. The other point here too, I guess, is that this is the 40 here, so that 40 you can see is really the resistance here at that stage. So waiting for support on top of that, but yeah, I mean, we nailed it anyway, going long above that point. So we'll just see how the cookie crumbles on this. Okay, we've got one more stock to look at. Castle Biosciences. It's not a very good trading sort of stock, as you can see here. It's got a lot of spikes in it. A bit news driven, I imagine, and yeah, so it's more of a portfolio stock, this one here. So as a portfolio stock, we've arrived at 50, which is number 5, which is the second strongest number in the market. So we're bound to see some type of vibration pattern at this level here. So there's no rush to move in. It's quite possible that we have a little wave 4 to finish off here, and then a wave 5 to move to the upside here, creating the first high above the level, and then the corrective move in this space. So yeah, it's a little bit it's not the best sort of trading stock, because it spikes like this. It means it can stop you out for no particular reason, and I like to really have a stock that has enough volume in it that's not, you know, that can't escape the channel that it's in. Yeah, so yeah, but you could go long here. Obviously we've talked about it before, but this is not a big enough pattern here just yet for this particular number here. It's just not big enough. So yes, we can, I'm not sure about that. There's another wave to come in here, and then it'll fold back. So nothing really to do here. There's better trades, so I'm not really going to worry about this at all. So I'll leave it at that, and thank you for tuning in. Cheers.